Hey y'all, what's up? So happy Friday. My little camera is moving. Okay, I think I have y'all on the hill now. Okay, so I'm gonna do a vlog this weekend. I thought it would be good and spend the weekend with my planner. So we're gonna hit some errands. I've already been to the gym. I hate recording in there. I'm not much of a recorder in there, but anyway, so we'll do a weekend with my planner. It's going to be busy. There will probably be other clips in there. I have a family event tomorrow. We went to the grocery store and everything, and and we went to Home Depot because we're pricing flooring, so I went and did all that, but there'll be clips of all that. And yeah, you can see how my planner goes with me over the weekend. I am still in my Amica with Franklin Covey Compact inserts, my medium Amica. Is it medium companion? Medium, yeah, a medium Amica, I think. And this is the Toscana Gold. It's a gorgeous color. It's almost like the caramel color from Moterm. It's kind of what it reminds me of. A mix between the caramel and the honey. It's got kind of orange undertones to it. It's beautiful. I'm just feeling very fallsy right now. Very fallsy. Ignore my hair. Damn. Yeah, like I said, I went to the gym. It looks rough. Anyway, it looks rough after the gym. I got pieces sticking out like this. Anyway, ignore that. I'm going to try to ignore it. So yeah, so come along with me, hang out with me for the weekend. We are picking up wings because it's 6 o'clock and I don't want to cook. I don't want to do anything. Yeah, you just hang out with me for the weekend. All right, I'll catch up with y'all. All right, y'all. So this is just my routine of before I go to town. I do a little meal planning. I go through, I make sure we have everything in our cabinet for dinner. I sped this up because it got a little lengthy. This whole video is a little lengthy. So, but it's just me making sure we have all our lists. We are going to Walmart. We're going to Home Depot. We're going to Lowe's. We're going to a flooring place to look at a locally owned flooring place to see about some flooring. So yeah, I just want to make sure I have all my lists together. When I tell you this planner goes everywhere with me, I really mean it. And yeah, all the lists so I can check them off as we go and keep all the plates in the air, so to speak.
rotted, but I wasn't. But yeah, like this.
You could replace some of the ceiling things. Put wood in. Those wood ones are nice. Huh?
Try to get the no sugar added.
Man, one more four.
I know, one more four and I got it.
You're not getting one from me. I'll throw it on the floor.
I know, it's fine. I'm looking at her. So.
We also got the competitivisms, so.
Comparativism.
Competitism.
All right, another list making section because we are headed back to town. We're going to the gym, and then we have to go back to Home Depot. I think I'll live there now. I think I'm going to see if I can get an employee discount just because I spend so much time there. But we're still comparing floors. I still have not decided on a floor. Well, actually, after this trip, I think I have decided on a floor. And yeah, we're just... This is my weekend in my planner. Lots and lots of lists and making sure we have all the things we need. And that's kind of how it goes. It kind of holds my whole brain. I don't know what I'd do without it. Hey y'all, what's up? So I thought I'd end this video and get it posted today with kind of a flip through and just a chatty talk about what's going on in my planner. I've kind of settled into the Franklin Covey Compact. I just need the extra room right now. With everything that's going on, we're redoing our house. My husband is painting. Now we have to get the floors torn up. We have to, which are old 1950 hardwood floors. We're going to put down new floors and all the things because it's turned into like a major project. It's been kind of keeping me going, and I really don't have time to hop right now. I really need to get myself together. I really need to like settle into something, and I've kind of settled into this. I have a few things. You can see she very chunky, but she snaps. I can get a pen in here. That's not a problem. I left my pen on the counter. But I can get a pen in here, and I can hold on. I went and grabbed a pen because I know I'm going to want to do a little bit of planning as I go through this. But I can get a pen in here. There's really no issues with it. I can't carry a highlighter. If I do, I just slip it in the rings. But I am going to take some of it out. I'm not going to do it on camera here because I want to figure out what that looks like. But I have kind of refreshed it. I've kind of gone through it a little bit. I did get some new dividers, and I'll talk about those. And yeah, and I got a little new system, kind of working system for work. I've been trying that, and so all the things. It's not really going to be a plan with me. It's going to be a chat. It's going to be a chatty chat. I actually, full transparency, I have filmed this once, and it will not load. So I'm going to try again. And I'm thinking because it was so long. It was like an hour long of just chatting and flipping. And I'm going to try not to do that now, but I make no guarantees. So you've seen the length of this video when you click on it. So you should have a bevy by now, okay? Okay. So, I put back some cards in here. I have spent more time at Lowe's than I have my own house, I think. Between Lowe's, Home Depot, we went to the local flooring store to get a quote. I've still not settled on a floor yet, but that's okay. I still have a couple of weeks. We still have to get the old floor up. We have to prep the concrete floor. And honestly, we can get the floor up in a day. That's not really the issue. I already had somebody come in and like quote putting in floors, but they wanted so much for labor. I'm like, I think the quote for materials was like $1,200 and they wanted $4,000 for labor. And I'm like, I mean, I get it. It's a big job, but it's stuff we could do ourselves. And I don't want to pay that amount of money. So, anyway, that's neither here nor there. So anyway, I have cards in here. I have some receipts in here. I have notes everywhere. But we'll talk about all that. So let's start with just the flip. I printed out Plan with Bees ghosty books. I have a couple of hers in here. My overview, I do have 2026 in here. Today's the 21st. I could probably mark off the 22nd, be done with it. I have 26 already marked for what I get paid. My 26 holidays, the days that I requested off that revolve around these holidays, because I tried to take like 3-day weekends or 4-day weekends, and then a couple of extra days. And then I had to request into 2027 off because it fell in the same pay period. And then I went ahead and put 2027 paid holidays, so I kind of know what that looks like, so I can start planning it later on. In case we want to plan a vacation or something ahead of time, I can see it. This I've been keeping up with. This is my time off. My CGM tracker has been kept up with. I moved my personal stuff up. I have a doctor's appointment this week for lab follow-up. I have some questions I want to ask and some things I need. And then I have a couple of extra in here. When's the last time I had some stuff done, like mammogram, pap, labs. I did my Cologuard. I had a DEXA scan. Which told me I have osteopenia, which is thinning of the bone, which I kind of suspected. You don't lose 130 pounds and then go through menopause and hormone replacement therapy without some bone loss. So it's very hard. So I encourage you, if you have access to a DEXA scan, or you are a high risk for bone thinning or osteoporosis, that kind of thing, if you're a tiny frame or it runs in your family. I'm only 4'11", and so you know, being of small stature, you're more prone to osteoporosis and stuff. So I wanted to start it early. But anyway, so I highly recommend it. My personal stuff that I can talk to my doc about. So how much anxiety I'm having. I kind of go over these. Brain fog, that kind of thing. This is my cleaning and decluttering lists. These are some of the things that can come out. I don't need all of these, but I need to do the closets. Some of this stuff I can't work on because my house is torn apart because it's getting painted. The floors are going to get torn up, so that kind of thing. My house is just kind of a wreck right now, and it all has to be done by Thanksgiving. Actually, it has to be done by October because I do not want to go into the holiday trying to put down a floor and have the holidays. So I want it done by October, which I don't think's unreasonable because we're pretty close. Trigger lists. I did my packing guide. We're going to go on a trip for our anniversary is coming up in a couple of weeks. It's our 25th anniversary, so we're going to go away for the weekend. We'll probably end up at Disney because it's the Food and Wine Festival, which we love. I redid our beach and boat list. This was a bunch of personal stuff that I needed to get done, and I kind of went through and put it on the list it needed to go to, or the day it needed to go to. I still have a few things that I need to write down. It's like our vinyl flooring quote. It was $5,200. General to buy, general to do. I kind of started combining some lists, personal to do, personal to buy, things that I could go in and clean up and reduce the amount of pages that I had. These are the different projects we're doing. Like, we're still working on our garage, dining room and kitchen, the hallways, our bedroom's getting painted. I have to pull off the 1980s paisley wallpaper that's under 5 layers of different shades of green for some reason. Our bathroom still has to be painted. I started a Christmas list. I put a little tab on it. These are pretty good tabs. I'll link them below. They were like $5. They aren't the best. They aren't the worst. I did them for the monthlies because I was looking for neutral tabs to go into next year to use, because I think I'm going to print my monthlies instead of ordering them. These, I accidentally tore this one. These I need to last a little longer, so I taped them. I put packing tape over them and then cut around it, and it kind of reinforced them, made them a little plasticky, and they're holding up well. The other ones had like rubbed off the name, like the month already, and they would keep coming off, and I keep catching them on things. And these are a neutral color. The other ones were colored, so anyway. But I'll link them below. Like I said, they were pretty cheap, like $5. And if you need them to last, you could probably put like I did, and put some tape on over them. Living room. Another project we have to do is replace a wall. My husband has that stuff. We went and got that stuff today, so he'll get that done this week or next. And he has to finish painting in there. Hurricane list, which we have not had to have use, but honestly we could do with a good tropical storm, because if not, we're going to be on fire. We need rain. We are surrounded by forest. I'm in northern Florida. We are surrounded by forest. We are not a tropical climate. We are a wooded climate. We have more natural state parks and forestry and all these things. We're one of the biggest forestry schools in the United States, and it will be on fire. They're already starting to control burn some stuff, but it's going to be bad if we don't get some rain. Mom's projects, we're still working on some of her stuff, so I have that there, reference information. I started a flooring thing, just to kind of see what we have, or what, as I go. I did some quotes. We went for another quote at another store, just like the square footage that we're trying to cover, that kind of thing. So, yeah, just to get some stuff out of my head. I have some extra things in here. This is my cleaning list, my party prep cleaning list. I just need to put some a thing, a title on it. So bathroom, hallway clean before a party, kitchen, living room, week before, week of, day before, day of. I was just kind of cleaning them up. I only had them in personal size, so I wanted to get them in Franklin Covey compact size. And so I will probably take these out too. So I wanted to get those done. I have Sabina over at Scrappy Rose. I've printed out her little guide. This is so cute. I just wanted the ghosties and the skeletons and all that. Amazon, I need to buy some bar stools. I've been putting this off, and I haven't found any I really like all that much. I mean, they're fine, but I need to look again, because with the floor being tore up, we're also going to be throwing out our kitchen table. It's old. A friend of ours built it, and it's coming apart. It's had some pieces broke off of it, all kinds of things. So we're going to replace it, but I'm going to need those bar stools for people to sit at until it gets replaced, because when we start tearing up the floor, we'll take it out, and I won't replace it until the floor gets put back down, and that'll be several weeks in between. So Dollar Tree, all the things. So we got paint. I looked at a closet door we're going to replace. The door is one of those folding doors with like the vents and everything on it, and it's from the original like 70s or whatever. So we're going to take it out and replace it. I needed to price it. Wall panel, we got those. Door jamb, we got that. And this is actually semi-gloss. Paint, we got a 5-gallon thing of paint. I did not get my ceiling. Oh, frig, I forgot those. Okay, I guess I gotta order those now. I was gonna pick them up at Home Depot, but I guess I'll get them off. I'll just go ahead and order the ones off of Amazon. Okay. Sam's, Walmart. We already did our Walmart order. I was going to go to IKEA and look for bar stools. I don't know that I'm going to make it. So if we go down to Orlando, I may stop in at the IKEA. We'll see. My goals. This is something that could probably come out. I really don't need this in here. I can thin this out. I would basically just keep my overall goals here, and then my monthly goals to break down these goals. I had goals per month, so I'll probably just keep this in here. Some of these can come out too, like this finance checklist and stuff. We were working with our parents on this, so we know where things are, like their living will, their insurance policies, and stuff like that. And we've kind of got that worked through, so I think I could take those out. There's some other notes. Weights I have available. Self-improvement books I want to listen to. Professional development. Vlog things I wanted to work on. So, like, I changed the name. Live vlog 1 to 2 times a month. I just haven't had the time, y'all. But I'm gonna hold off on the camera for now. I need a new computer. Mine is from like 2018. Not that it's not good, it's just old. And I really want a Mac. Mine is a Microsoft something. Anyway, because I want the edit program for YouTube, and I can airdrop the things into my computer and all the things, because I have an Apple phone. So writing books, that's just on hold. books to do, that's on hold. So some of this can come out. I can go through that and take stuff out. This is my personal stuff that happened over the year. I can edit, start indexing September. This is the last month for work. So my fiscal year ends here, and this ran 2024 through September 2025. So I've already had fiscal year 26 in here, so I'll start that in October. That one can come out. This, I pretty much have gone through all of this. This is quarter three's ending. Sorry, my daughter came in. She made chicken noodle soup, and she had a bunch of it, so she's gonna take some to my mom. All right. I need to pull a quarter four tarot. I need to put that on my to-do list. Habit flags. I need to update my habits. My monthly adulting list. I updated some of this because some of this is done. September is pretty much good to go. We can mark off Maybon. So I've actually done pretty good on my goals. The only thing I didn't do is meditate, and I didn't journal. But my workout goals have kind of stuck. I did miss a couple of weeks, but I did, like I hit around 6,000 steps. I did increase my weights this month. And then I was working out 3 times a week. So it wasn't 3 to 4, it was 3 times a week. But that was, I mean, when I didn't go to the gym, I was doing yoga at home. So I think that's pretty good. This is my work to-do list for the month, my home to-do list. I need to start indexing my month. I put the wrong one on here. When I printed these, they should be this. This is Peanuts Planner Codes, just checklist. That's all I usually put on here, but I put the wrong thing on the back of this quarter's monthlies. That was my bad. So my weeklies have been this. Work, home. And this is kind of why I'm shying away. Like, I want a work planner, but this is working for right now. So I really don't need a work planner. It's been okay. My week looked like this week. Then this was last week. So I added in a thing. So I had work, and then I had home. I didn't do any, this should have been cleaning. I never did it because, again, my house is torn apart for painting. So there's really not much I can clean. Or I'm going to clean, because as the construction continues and we start tearing up floors and stuff, everything's going to get dusty again. Everything's going to get dirty again. There's no use in it until it's all done. That's why I'd like to have it done by October-ish sometime, because as soon as the floor comes up, then I can start to, because the floor going down will be the last of the things, and it won't be dusty and that kind of thing. But once the floor comes up, then I can start kind of prepping for the holidays, because I'd like to go through, declutter everything, get everything prepped for the holidays. In October-ish, beginning of November is usually when I start cleaning out my house and things like that, before we have relatives and host Thanksgiving, and then we host a Christmas party, and then I have Christmas morning and like all the things as we go into the season. So yeah, there's just, I'm throwing things out as I go too, but like it's not really decluttering, it's just junk that I find. So anyway, short story long, yeah, I'm not bothering. This has been working for work. I go through and I put all my to-do lists. I write down everything I did. It kind of gives me an accounting. And the other reason I really don't need a work planner is because this all goes into a calendar invite on my calendar. So I have a weekly wrap as a meeting every week. I go through and I take all of this, I put it into there, and then monthly I take all of those weekly wraps, put it in a monthly document, copy and paste into a Word document, and then it goes into my drive. So I have everything I did that month, so I can account for all of my projects, all my deliverables. Every day I go through and copy every meeting I had, the agendas, I copy and paste them into a document, because if those meetings get canceled or switched or something, those agendas go away. So every day I'm pretty good about going through and copying those agendas into a document to make sure I have them. And I have those in my OneNote, so I don't really need, like, I don't really need a work planner, so to speak, because I copy and paste all this. I don't need to go back and look. I can look on my, I can pull up a week. If my boss comes to me and says, hey, what'd you do this week? I can pull it up. If my boss says, hey, what'd you do this month? I can pull it up. Hey, what was this meeting about? I can pull it up and copy and paste it to her. So I really, this is for me to write down so I can see it and do it, but it's not really for a record, so to speak. So that's where the problem lies. I don't want to spend $70. I mean, I could get a cheaper planner, but I won't, because I'm a planner snob. I mean, and if it all fails, I can get my personal out that I already have set up and switch it over to a work planner. Like, I don't need to buy something. And that's where I'm trying to stop myself, is you don't need to buy something. You have everything you need to put together a planner. I mean, all else fails, I could buy like File Facts weeklies, or Handy Form weeklies, or Made Paper Co. weeklies, or whatever, and have them sent to me, you know, and then keep that as a work planner, and I can switch things up as I need to, and it's adjustable and things like that. So I don't know why I'm trying to buy a bound book. FOMO, that's pretty much it. But I know it's a rabbit hole, because I'll try to stick my whole life into it, and I don't need to, because this works. All right, I got that out. Okay. This is what my last week looked like. I had 2 coworkers that were pretty much out all week, so it was a pretty light week. I wasn't really worried about it. We had our family party last night. That was a lot of fun. We played spoons. I'll have clips in here already, so you'll see that. I need to go ahead and plan for next week, but I'm not going to do that on camera. I'm going to sit down and do it while we're watching TV. So just because I want the relaxation. I have a couple of appointments. I have a doctor's appointment. I had labs done last week. They were fine. But I have a follow-up for that, get my meds refilled. And then my mom has a hair appointment on Thursday, so I take her to that. So that's all good. And these have been my days. So like the first couple of weeks, I was kind of bouncing back and forth between personal and here. So this is a mix of back planning and time planning. So this first week was like back planning, I think. I tried to stick a page a day just because it was back planned. So I didn't really have the like mess. Like I could go through the notes and get rid of what I didn't need to reference anymore. So Monday was a holiday. Tuesday I was out half a day because my son's puppy passed away. We took her to the emergency vet in the middle of the night. And then Wednesday I had a class all day, you can see. So I didn't do much there. Thursday it starts to get iffy. Friday, real shady. Saturday, Sunday, just trying to fit what I had on 2 pages or 4 pages onto 1 page was getting kind of iffy. So I was like, at that point I knew I was going to need to go back to 2 pages per day minimum. So this is kind of a problem, and this is my problem for only 2 pages a day and fitting work and personal in here. This is a work to do. These are personal to do's. These are work notes. I have a couple of personal notes in here too. So, again, home, work, we're back to 2 pages a day. This was home and work. And again, I didn't write any notes in here. I was writing them on a pad of paper. So that was helpful, but wasn't 100%. And then this was 2 pages per day. Work, home, and then 1 page per day on the weekend. Again, kind of pushing the limits. And then I was fully in this for this week. It's my tarot for the week. And then again, working home, trying to keep it separated. Work and home. And this is where, it's Friday, I did a work and a home, and I liked this better because I kept work. I didn't have to pick out my home stuff from my work stuff, so I was able to see the 2. And then for the weekend, this weekend, I went back to 2 pages per day because that's just how my brain works. I just cannot stick to 1 page per day. I don't mind the white space. I'd rather have white space than it be, crazy like this, and I have to pick things out. Like, things get lost here. So I think moving forward, I'm gonna have a home, and I think I'm gonna do like to-dos here, notes over here. I gotta start like kind of organizing this. Same with work. I'll do to-dos here and notes over here. So I did set up next week. So I have home. This is Maybon, Autumn Begins. And then work. So I'll have to-dos and notes. And then home, to-dos, notes, work. So I went back to the 4-page day. And that, I was trying to get away from it, but it honestly works for me. I don't know why I keep trying to get away from it, because I feel like it shouldn't do that, or like I really don't need all that information with me all the time. And if I don't, I can take out like half the month and only keep in the week or the 2 weeks or whatever. Because again, I don't really refer to things. If I've gone through and processed everything like I have, here where I've made X's on the pages, then I'm good. I'm good. So anyway, I have an interview coming up, so I've been trying to prep for it. And then this is my work to do stuff. I have a list and stuff I need to transfer over waiting on, someday maybe. This is a project. And then I put some extra in here because I have a heavy week of projects coming up next week, and I know I'm going to need lists of to-dos for each project. So I put some extra paper in here, and I think that's how I'm going to do it. I use this mead paper that I have cut up, and it's super thin. I can keep a lot of it because it's so super thin that it doesn't make it really thick. You know, like it's not really thick, so I don't have to worry about it taking up a bunch of room. And if I do, then I just take out, you know, some pages and of my days that I've already processed. So I could do that. This is my budget. This was a no planner by week. I just haven't filled it in. But I went through and dated each of the weeks. So this should carry me through the 1st of December. I'm trying not to buy anything planner related. That's another thing. I don't need to buy anything. I don't need to buy anything. I have one caveat. $2 Tuesday for Peanuts Planner Co. I'm going to buy some stuff there because there's a couple of inserts that I want in here. But honestly, I can make things work, but it would be easier if I could do some specific inserts coming up for the holidays. So I want to get like an online order insert because I'll start ordering Christmas gifts. I want to do a couple of budget things a little different, and there was another one I was going to order. I can't remember, but anyway, it's only about 4 inserts. I want to say it's like 4 inserts. So, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with calling that still I won't mark it on that week, but on that day, but it's fine. Like if I miss that day, I know I'm missing that day, but it's purposeful and it's a size that I'm going to use. So, because God knows I'll probably be bouncing between this and personal anyway. So, and I have stuff that's in personal, but I don't have it in this size that I use. And if I'm going to be hopping back and forth, I want to be able to make my system the exact same in both. So this is October. I'm going ahead and getting it started. Events, kids, trips, dinners we're going to have, cleaning, because my room should be done by then, so I can at least start cleaning my bedroom, because all the painting should be done and it should be put back together. I am going to be destashing a bunch of planner stuff, so I'll have that on here or Instagram probably. I'm going to get rid of a bunch of stuff, just stuff that I don't use anymore, stuff that doesn't resonate with me anymore. I just don't plan that way anymore. That's not my vibe anymore, whatever it is. There's no use in me holding on to it, thinking I'll go back to it, because I'm not. So, yeah. October, November, December, just because it's going to start filling up. The kids will start having things like, I know my daughters, my granddaughters will have like their school Halloween, the town trick-or-treating, all the things are starting to come in. So it's another Peanuts Plan with B, one of her ghosties, and this was one of her ghosties too. I just think so cute. I think her daughter drew this. Yeah, so super cute. I really love this. I love that this is almost done. It is falling apart. I have my 2026 version of this. I bought it, this insert here. I'm debating on whether I'm actually going to use it. I'm thinking of getting a month on 2 pages because I would like just a little more room to write. This is good for just a quick, gratitude kind of thing, but I would like a tad more room And she has a month on 2 page that is list form, and it gives more room. So I'm thinking I will probably end up destashing the 2026 version of this. So yeah, which is fine. I actually think, was this even a, I don't know. Anyway, okay. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. I still mark this off. Oh, we can go ahead and mark off today. I can put in my steps for yesterday. We went to the gym this morning before we went to town. I filled this out. This is Vixie Plan Symptom Tracker. She has a couple of versions of this. She has a perimenopause one with the most average symptom, or the most common symptoms of perimenopause, and she has some blank ones. The title's a little different. I think one's perimenopause and blank. This one is just symptom tracker and blank. So this, I started tracking my Aura Ring stuff. So my readiness score, 7, 8, 9, it's 70, 80, 90, whatever. I had a 60. That was a really bad day. I didn't sleep. I hadn't slept regular in a couple of days. So this is the week that I missed it, like the gym. These 2 weeks, I ended up with a sinus infection, or sinus problem, and an ear problem. So I can tell when I don't sleep, my body kind of takes over. But anyway, that's not the point of this discussion. I was starting to track like my stuff. So I have a readiness score, a sleep score, an activity score, how many hours I slept. I introduced meds about here, so I started sleeping regular again. And then how many hours I had REM sleep, deep sleep, and then my timing, optimal versus good, poor. I think I had a P in here somewhere. But I started tracking it just to kind of see what it gives me, that kind of thing. And then how I'll track it next month, I haven't quite decided yet, but I think I know. And I think I'm going to do stuff just a little bit different. But yeah, so next month I'm going to rearrange this. This tells me some stuff, but it doesn't tell me everything. And this is all around my sleep. I have a real problem with sleep. If I get woken up, I'm awake. That's it. That's all there is to it. I have to take a couple of meds to sleep. I take like magnesium. I take progesterone. I take Seroquel. I mean, like, my sleep is bad. So, I want to make sure I'm getting optimal sleep, because I really do not, it makes the brain fog worse. It interferes with my going to the gym and having energy, and my caffeine intake. It increases my anxiety when I don't sleep. So I really want to focus, and then that's what months of this has told me. Months of this has told me. So I really want to drill down on my sleep itself. So anyways, but this month, just tracking the numbers gave me a good picture, and it gave me an idea of how I'm going to track it next month. I already have October in here, and I'll start setting it up this week. So yeah, I'm still gonna track this, but I do have a note in here that I want to kind of revamp it going into, I put in the last couple of months in here, because I'm going to show this to my dog. So she knows I do this. She my neighbor. I loves her, but we went to nursing school together. But she knows I do this, so she always looks for it when I come, so she can kind of read it and kind of tell where I am. So this really helps. But I want to kind of reorganize it next month, drill down on some different symptoms that I'm having. And so some of these I can take out. Some things I want to replace. Like my sleep, I don't need it here because I'm going to be tracking it here. Like I can do some other symptoms. So, yeah. All right. But all my sleep stuff I'm going to take out and put solely on here. Anyway. All right. Of November, December. And then I track when I go to the gym. Mark this off and go to the gym. And I did upper today. And I did it at the gym. So like yoga at home, I even skipped. Like I was trying to recover. My Oura ring was telling me I have major symptoms of something was wrong. So I was trying to rest as much as I could this week. And I finally made it back to the gym this Friday. So that felt good. Oh, I need to put my October, November, December there. I already got my October, November, December here, and it's all set up. This is our food tracker. Not that I've done much with the information, but I did track it. So I can look back and kind of decide, you know, if there's something that I can glean from it, whether I'm going to do it next year or not. So we'll see. And then I have like easy meals that I can shop for in the middle of the store. Healthy snacks I can pick up. My weekly, mostly these are the things that I do order every week, things I order every month. Lunch ideas that I can pick up. I am going to redo this. This is one of the things I'm going to redo. They're just trigger lists for different stores. Recipes to try. I want to find something different for this. I want some ideas. Like, so for some of these fun things, like recipes to try, movies to watch, TV shows to watch, things like that, I want some. I love Peanuts Planner Co. because she's purely functional, and in my regular life, I need functional in my planning system. But for some of these cute things, I would like to find something a little more pretty, maybe something a little different than just a regular like checklist. Like if I could find a good recipes to try list, I would probably, you know, transfer some of this over there. Or so if you know of any good ones, drop them down below. Just something a little pretty that's not like a checklist that I made into something. This is stuff on my keto. We need to get back to keto. Like I said, to watch list, I'd like something a little more pretty, a little more fun. This is my Peanuts Planner Co. already bought list. Some of the things I was looking for, like recipes to try, that kind of thing. Some ideas I had, some of the things I wanted to buy. I decided not to get this doctor's list because it just didn't have the stuff I wanted. But there was another thing that she had that I think would work. It's just not a doctor's visit, which is fine. I have no problem taking another insert and making it into something else. So these are the inserts I currently have as I set up for 2026. Like I've already printed out the overview in the holidays. I can start checking them off. Because things like my yearly overview, my work overview, my quarter overview, my goal overview, I can start printing those things and know that, you know, I can print them off for the whole year because those things pretty much have stuck. My habit trackers, like this symptom tracker, will stay because this has really worked. I've done this for 2 years, some version of this, and it has been invaluable. It was invaluable for when I was going into perimenopause. It led me showing this to my doc, led to a hysterectomy, you know, it led to like some med changes. It led all these things. So tracking your symptoms and things and having something concrete you can give your dog, and not just a general idea, but say, hey, I slept less than 5 hours this many times this month or in the last 2 months. Like, those things are really, really valuable and make you an advocate for yourself going to a doctor. So I highly, highly recommend it if you're doing, like, going through perimenopause, having issues, suffer from mental health. I highly recommend you check in your daily habits. Listen, I'm on a rant. Okay. So anyway, things I know, like I can go ahead and print my leave tracker for next year, my CGM tracker for next year, all those things that I know I will continue to do. So I want to start doing that. Planner needs, I want to, I did find some dividers. These are A5. They are not the best dividers. I can show you, like, so you can see, like, they were A5 and I chopped them down and kind of rounded out the closest tab to the end here, kind of was made short, but that's, I mean, that's fine. The first one ended up being kind of short, and I just rounded it out. This one I kind of accidentally chopped off, but you can kind of see the pre-punched holes in them that I just cut through and then punched it to cut it to size and punched it. So A5 you can chop down. I have some side tabs that I'd already had, but I don't like side tabs in here because this already goes out to the edge, and I can only use side tabs up here and down here, so I would have to leave this where the strap goes blank because it would get in the way. But I could use these, but these I bought as top and bottom tabs for my Pocket Plus, because I chopped this part off and it made it tall enough, and then I just cut out the size for Pocket and left these tabs top and bottom, you know. So if you have Pocket or Pocket Plus, you can take the A5 and cut them out and make top and bottom tabs. I think these tabs were like, they were less than $10 for sure. They were really cheap. They were like the cheapest version I found. Because I have these in personal and already personal size, and they are much better quality than these were. I think I want to pay like $7, and it comes with 2 sets of 5 or something. And you can see I have quite a few in here. They don't bulk up my planner. They're pretty decently thick. I'm not a big fan of the vellum planner dividers, just because when I grab it, I have a tendency to use it as a page lifter to go to that week. Like, these are, you know, like I put a tab here because I can flip it back and forth instead of using a divider between my work and my home. But these have a tendency to work a little better because they're a little thicker and they will pick up all the pages. So like if I'm, you know, like vellum will wear out doing that, it'll pull at them, and these don't. Just because I've had vellum dividers in the past, and these hold a pretty good amount of pages. If it's heavy, like if I go straight to my dailies, it's half this. That would eventually wear out a vellum divider, so it doesn't here. So anyway, short story long, I found some dividers. So I'm just going to live with these dividers for a while. We'll see. I'm looking for some new inserts. Like I said, I want to find some fun ones for like recipes, movies to watch, something a little decorative, something a little fun, just to spice up my planner and not have all functional things or things I made. So, and some vellum. I need some either vellum that comes in A5 or Franklin Covey Compact vellum. It's really hard to find, just because I prefer not to waste my ink printing off vellum. I mean, I can, but it gets expensive printing it yourself. Like, you waste a lot of ink doing it. I don't mind doing the seasonal ones because you can find those, and these were really cute. And I think it was 100% worth it to get these because they're so cute. But, you know, not everybody has Franklin Covey compact size for vellums. For October, I think I'm going to go with a black and white theme. So we'll see. I have some stuff. Again, I think I was trying to clean this up, but anyway, quarter planner print. I try to print this stuff quarterly so I'm not printing all the time. It doesn't help when I hop, but if I'm in here and doing well, this should only be printed quarterly. Franklin Covey Compact Shops. This is my D-stash, so this is all I have left. I think I'm going to go ahead and destash my apricot pocket. Pretty sure. I'm not a pocket person. I know I keep trying it, and I do have one more pocket besides my apricot that I bought at a really good deal. So I'm going to keep that one. It's a pebbled teal. I'll keep that one just to, you know, if I want to break it out or not. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and destash my apricot pocket and be done with it because it's just sitting there and there's no use in it. I think I'm going to destash my medium XL Giglio. It's in the vintage gray croc. I'm going to drop the price on that thing just to get it out. And then the only other thing, and I don't even have it on this list, I need to add it, is my undyed Campagna. Medium Campagna with the gray inside. I think I'm going to drop the price again on it just to get it gone. She was an expensive lesson, but that I'll never do again. But yeah, and then I'll just have the 2 Campagnas, the Amicas, and 2 Moterms. And that should get me through. Moterms, I decided to keep my honey and my caramel in case she gets a little too chunky around the holidays. Or I'm traveling or something, I can take extra stuff because it has a lot more room for Franklin Covey Compact if I'm in it, or even personal. If I'm in personal, it holds a bunch. So, you know, I just kept those 2 just in case I need to hop into something that's a little extra roomy. But day to day, I don't really need all that room. But I'm going to keep them on the shelf just as a backup. And they're really pretty. And I love the colors. Another Plan With Me Ghosty. I cut up all of my books that I read in September. I want to read one more book. I might do that this week or maybe today. I got time. I could read it or listen to it. All my Audibles, my Kindles. This is another thing that I keep taking in and putting back is my... these couple of authors that I read everything. Kylie Kent, I need to go start reading all of hers. She has 3 new series I haven't even read. 5 new series. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 new series, or 5 new spin-offs. From this OG one that got me. I had to take a break from like mafia adjacent or mafia things. So I was reading a lot of Jillian West. She's like a safe author. There's no cheating, no drama, no anything. So I've been it's kind of easy reads. This has a little drama, not really among the characters, so to speak, but like, they were a little more heavy, I'm gonna say. So I just needed a break, and so I think I'm gonna start weaving these in. Already, I did read, I'll listen to one of her books. And all of these are on Audible. I have a lot of these on Audible, so I could listen to them while I work. So I could, like, get 2 more books in, honestly, if I wanted to, for Audible. because like any good ADHD or ADD, I don't really have ADHD, I have ADD, and anxiety and the OCDs, but I got all the D's. That's what she said. Anyway, I listened to them at like 2 times the speed, so I could fit them in. Oh, I printed off Playing with Bees black and white little smiley face for my reference password stuff, cover some bills and stuff, cover. I cut it a little short. I didn't mean to, but it's fine. It just sticks out the bottom, and you can't even really tell. This is A5 size, and I cut it down, and then this was the Franklin Covey compact size, and I just cut it out. Like I said, I just accidentally cut it a little short. But this is the A5 size, and I just cut off the top, and I left the A5 width, and it makes a good flappity flap flap. Okay, my habits I need to get updated and put on there, and then I threw this notepad in the back, and you can see kind of how it fits on my thing here, just so I can make some notes and I can kind of see it, just so I know where it is, if it's in my book. This is some work notes, some to-do notes, stuff like that. So I'm going to start using this as just notepad to scratch some things out if I need to, if I feel like I don't want to write on the rings or something like that. If you're not a write on the ring kind of gal, or, you know, you want something, throw a little book in the back. I could throw, you know, like a little book in the back and it'd be fine, or I could throw like a little pen and gear notepad in the back and it'd be just fine. If I wanted to have scratch out some notes or scratch out some thoughts or something without cluttering up my page, I could, you know, or needed extra room for the day, I could do something like that. But I bought some of these. I have like an 8-pack of these I bought for like $6 or something. So I thought these were good because they don't have the hard back, and they're smaller, and they just slip back here and don't really add a whole bunch of bulk to my planner, and they fit in the back just fine. And then I can take those notes and stick them to something wherever they go. So I just wanted to have some more sticky notes, and I could print them, but I just don't want to. That's the hard truth. Okay. All right, so that's a chatty flip. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to go ahead and edit this so I can get it up tomorrow for y'all. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know how you like the weekend in my planner. We went all the places. We went to Lowe's, to Walmart, and you can tell that I just take my planner with me and it sits in the buggy, and I take it everywhere. That's why I call it my everyday carry, in the true sense that I do carry it everywhere every day. Some people call theirs an everyday carry, but it doesn't go with them anywhere. Mine goes with me everywhere. That's probably an anxiety thing, and we can break that down with my therapist, but, you know, anyway. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you later. Bye.